Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with, so today the webinar is about doTERRA's On Guard Protective Blend. And as most of you know, this is the oil that got me, I guess you could say, hooked on essential oils. My story is really that I just went through a winter, my first winter as a nanny, and got so sick. I had to call out of work, I think 6 or 7 times. I had everything from the flu to respiratory infections, and not only was it a drain on me physically, but financially and time-wise, I was running to urgent care, which in New York City, when you're sick, I feel like the last thing you want to do is go outside and have to fight people on the subway and spend hours in an urgent care. And it just was costing me a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of I guess time and like going to the doctor, and then also just being sick. It stinks to sit in bed and have nothing to do and feel like crap. So, my second winter going into working with the kids, I was really determined to find something that could help me stay healthy. And I had changed my diet a lot. I had eliminated a lot of problematic foods for me, so sugars and grains and dairy. And I could tell that my body was stronger, but I also knew that it needed something extra to just help give me that extra, little push, that little advantage over, staying ahead of colds and things like that. So I ended up investing, it's $30, $32, I think, in a bottle of On Guard. So it's 250 drops. And I started taking 2 to 3 drops a day in a veggie capsule. And this was in like October. So, just about 2 years ago, like exactly 2 years ago. And I went through February without getting sick. And, for anyone that has children or, just anyone, I feel like October to February is a pretty prime time to get sick, especially working with children and being in and out of preschools and kindergartens. And so the fact that I was able to go through the winter without even having the slightest, sniffle or fever, really just convinced me like, okay, there's something to these. They actually work. There has to be something going on. So that's when I started investing in other oils to kind of help address some of my other health concerns, mostly like anxiety and sleep. But On Guard was the oil that convinced me. So I'm going to spend some time telling you guys about On Guard, the history of this blend, and the different ways it can help you. So before I do that, though, I always like to go over what essential oils are, how you can use them, how to be safe with them. So it's just a little introduction on doTERRA. They're therapeutic grade essential oils, perfect natural health solution. An essential oil is a natural aromatic compound that is found in plants. So it can be found, like peppermint, for example, is found in the leaves of the peppermint plant. Vetiver comes from the root. Cinnamon comes from a bark. Your citrus oils, so your wild orange, bergamot, lemon, lime, they all come from the rind, so not the actual inside acidic part of the plant, but the rind of the plant. And they're either steam distilled or cold pressed. So steam distilled is for the roots and the barks and the leaves. Cold pressed extraction is for the anything with a rind. So they are powerful and safe, and you don't get negative side effects the way you do with traditional medicines. So essential oils can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. So aromatically means diffusing them in the room with a diffuser, or like the picture, putting them in your hands, rubbing your hands together and inhaling deeply. Using oils aromatically is great for mood boosting. It's great for killing pathogens in the air. And also just, setting a nice, calm, relaxing setting or an energizing setting, depending on what you're going for. If it's before nighttime, diffusing something like the calming blend, lavender, cedarwood will help calm the body down. But if you're looking for something to help while you're studying or focusing on a task, you can put an energizing or focused oil in there. And it's kind of fun to play around with the different oils, different scents you can use. So topically, and this is something that you want to be careful with the oils you're using. And so when I'm talking about using them topically or internally, I really am just talking about doTERRA oils. Most oils are not safe to use on the skin. They don't go through any sort of testing. You don't really know what else is in there. There could be chemicals, fillers. But with doTERRA, you know that they're safe to use on the skin. So topically is great, for massage to help with muscle relaxation. Rubbing oils on the bottom of your feet will have the oils in your system in 30 seconds or less. Every system in your body ends in your feet. It's also the widest pores and the thickest skin. So it's a great place to apply oils. I've even heard someone in one of the first classes I ever attended told me that when you rub it on your feet to the body, the system in your body that needs the oils is going to pull the oils from the bottom of your feet, and then the rest are just going to go in to help support. So that's pretty cool as well. I also like to use them topically. You know, if you have like a pimple, zit, something blemish, you can just take, any like melaleuca, oregano diluted because it's a hotter oil, and just dip like a Q-tip in and dab it all over your face or wherever you have a problem area. I got a bug bite in Thailand last week, and so I was applying Purify and On Guard topically to the bug bite to help it heal. So lots of options there. And then internal. So this is definitely specific to doTERRA. You have to be really careful when using oils internally. Thankfully, doTERRA has everything very well marked on what you can take internally and what you cannot. But taking oils internally is a great way to support your body as well. Everything that you take internally is going to be processed through your liver within 7 minutes. This is actually true for aromatic and topical as well. But taking them internally is a great way to really get to root causes of issues. And so I guess before I go there, I should say, so internal, like I said, is specific to doTERRA. doTERRA has a certification called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And what that means is that doTERRA oils are not only tested on site when the plants are harvested, but they're also, and distilled. So they're harvested, brought to the farm within a couple hours, or the distillery, in a couple hours, distilled and tested right then. And based on the chemical constituents and the properties found in the plant once it's been distilled, then it can be shipped off to doTERRA for bottling and further testing. So it has to pass that first round. And then once it's bottled in doTERRA, it's actually tested a few times, and then it's sent out to a third party to, again, test for purity and potency. And doTERRA does not add any fillers whatsoever. Every bottle you get is just 100% pure, potent essential oil. And again, that's why you can take it internally. There's nothing else, no chemicals, no fillers, additives, pesticides sprayed on plants. You can be sure that what you're taking is completely safe for consumption. I should say, for those who watch with children, they don't recommend using oils internally for children under 12. So just something to keep in mind. That's where the topical on the feet is really the best option. So essential oil safety. They're very safe and gentle without side effects. You do want to keep them out of your eyes, inside your ears, and inside your nose. So if you ever have an ear infection, lavender and melaleuca are great, but you're going to want to put them on a cotton ball and then like hold them over the ear. You're never going to want to drop them. They're just way too strong for the sensitive skin. If you do need to dilute them, because some oils do cause sensitivity, like peppermint, oregano, and cinnamon are very hot oils, so they definitely cause sensitivity. You always want to dilute with an oil, not water. Water actually helps drive the oils further into the skin, which will cause more discomfort. So diluting with, I love fractionated coconut oil. It's basically coconut oil where they've removed the fat. So you're not going to have any sort of residue. It's going to absorb quickly. And, but if you don't have fractionated coconut oil on hand, you can use anything like olive oil, avocado oil, anything oil-based will be great for diluting oils. Skin sensitivity is the primary safety issue. Actually at convention, they mentioned how for all of the oils that doTERRA has sold, and you have to keep in mind, they passed $1 billion in sales last year, and they've already passed $1 billion, as of August, they had already passed $1 billion this year. So they have a lot of oils on the market. They have only had 0.06% adverse reactions. And that is, all of them have been skin sensitivity. So someone putting an oil on that isn't supposed to cause sensitivity, but it causes sensitivity in them, so they get a little redness. But that's really the only safety issue. So as long as you're careful with diluting, and when in doubt, just dilute them, and then you can always see how you react. And you want to make sure that you're following the label of directions. So every oil is going to come with one of, or, with one of each of these, or at least one, up to 3. So application methods, the oil will tell you, You can use it aromatically, topically, or internally. Some of them you'll see are just aromatic, some are just topical, some are topical and internal. It really just depends, but you want to pay attention to that. And when in doubt, so say you have lavender and you're not sure how you can use it, you can just go on Google and type in doTERRA lavender. And I think almost always the first thing to pop up is a PDF, and it will have kind of the information sheet on that oil, and these symbols will be there, and you'll be able to see, okay, how can I take it? And I know lavender you can use all three ways. The next one is each oil is going to be labeled with one of these three. So either neat, sensitive, or dilute. Neat means that it can be used topically with no dilution. Again, with children, you always want to dilute just because their bodies are so much smaller. Like I said, everything is processed by their liver. You don't want to overload them. So even lavender, especially like on a newborn or young child, you're going to want to dilute with coconut oil, like 1 drop to like a tablespoon, and use it that way. Sensitive is things like On Guard can cause sensitivity. You want to be careful. Peppermint can cause sensitivity, but this really, this is more like it may cause sensitivity, but you definitely want to dilute for the young, older skin, sensitive skin. Dilute is going to be things like cinnamon or oregano. No matter who you are, you want to dilute those oils because they are hot. They will cause a burning sensation and be very uncomfortable if you do not dilute them. Okay, so why choose doTERRA? And I kind of went over this a little bit, but doTERRA is certified pure therapeutic grade. So that means they are 100% pure. They're natural, no artificial ingredients, fragrances, or fillers. They are safe, so they are certified to be free of pesticides and other chemical residues, and they're potent. So they have a standardized level of active compounds and components of the oil, the therapeutic properties. And when the oil is distilled, in the country where everything has been harvested, if they don't meet those standardized active compounds that doTERRA has set out, they don't use that batch. So it really helps hold the farmers to a certain level of commitment to making sure that they are the best oils possible. And what that means is, so we have this distillery in Bulgaria. It's where we get some of our lavender comes from there, and then also south of France, and then Melissa both come from this distillery. And what they do now is they have like a lounge where farmers will come in, and within an hour or two of picking the plants, they bring them in, and then immediately they are distilled again. As the fresher they are, the more potent and the more of the properties you're going to get. And the farmers can hang out and wait an hour or two for the distilling and testing to be done. And then depending on what the tests come back, if they've met it, the farmers leave with money. So that's part of doTERRA's co-impact sourcing, which I'm doing a class on that in a few weeks. But co-impact sourcing is really creating this relationship with farmers where we're guaranteeing them, a living wage, giving them all the resources, everything they need to have a great life, consistent pay, on-time pay. And then for doTERRA, that's going to guarantee a certain level of product. So again, doTERRA is the only essential oil company in the world that has this certification right now. So when you use doTERRA oils, you know that they are safe, they're pure, and they're potent. Okay, so now on to On Guard. This is kind of a cool story, and I didn't know this until recently, but On Guard is actually a combination, so I'll just read this. It's fabled that this combination of oils got its name when 15th century grave thieves used the blend to protect themselves from the Black Death while they looted graves and robbed corpses of their treasures. True or not, the combination of these 5 oils is indeed beneficial to our health. So kind of an interesting beginning. But here are the 5 oils that you find in On Guard. So you are going to have, try to make that go away. Okay, so I'll start down here. So you have wild orange. This is anti-cancer, antidepressant, antiseptic, antispasmodic, digestive, sedative, and tonic. Rosemary. I'm not going to read through all of these, but you can see. So anaglastic, that's pain relief, antibacterial, inflammatory, fungal. So rosemary is great for overall health. Eucalyptus, again, pain relief, It's also great for the respiratory system. So eucalyptus is really good if you have any sort of, like I said, I would get respiratory infections or very prone to bronchitis and pneumonia. So for me, having the eucalyptus in there is amazing. Clove, again, anaglassic, so that means it's pain relief, antibacterial, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, parasitic, tumor, antioxidant, disinfectant, and then cinnamon has like all of those as well. So you can see this really is a powerhouse of lots of oils that are going to keep you from getting sick. It has like everything in there: bacterial, infectious, inflammatory, viral, fungal, antioxidant, great for boosting immunity. So here is, I guess, the specs on Guard. So it can be used aromatically, topically, or internally, and it does cause skin sensitivity. So you just want to be careful. Aromatically, whenever seasonal threats are high, so I am working in a school right now, and when the kids are all coughing and runny noses, I immediately come home from work that day and get both my diffusers going with On Guard. That way I know that I'm breathing in all of the therapeutic benefits of the oil. And it's also going to help kill pathogens in the air, which is pretty awesome. Topical, every night I keep what I call the flu bomb next to my bed. So this is a mix of On Guard, lemon, frankincense, melaleuca, and oregano, which is just a powerhouse of oils to help you from not get sick. So I'm rubbing that in a roller ball on my feet every night before bed, just for that extra boost. And then internally, like I said, if seasonal threats are really high, I will just take a couple drops of On Guard in a capsule just to give my body that extra boost. And again, sensitive, just to keep in mind that if you are going to apply it topically, you're going to want to dilute it because it does cause sensitivity. So still unsure about this mysterious sounding oil. So we're going to go through just 25 reasons to use it and different ways to use it. So eucalyptus oil is useful in treating illness. It's been used for various ailments, like I said, respiratory infection, upset stomach, asthma, joint pain. It really can help with everything. If I'm sick, I love putting eucalyptus. I love taking a bath with eucalyptus oil just because my body is going to be absorbing the oil, which is going to help with everything from upset stomach to pain relief, lowering fever, and then also just breathing in the oil, from the steam from the bath helps with the respiratory system. Clove has the highest ORAC value. So ORAC stands for the oxygen radical absorbance capacity. So it basically is the way of measuring how many antioxidants are in something. And I did a little research on this, and clove this is per 100 grams. I forget what the measurement is because it's very specific to the ORAC scale, but clove measures in at 315,000 on the ORAC scale, and blueberries come in at 6,500. So clove is 48 times more potent for antioxidants than blueberries. And I feel like everyone talks about berries for antioxidants. So even just taking one drop of this a day just for the antioxidant levels would be amazing for your overall health. And, free radicals in the oxidation of cells in your body is one of the things that can lead to cancer and other cellular diseases. So having clove in your daily regimen, even just taking On Guard every day, is going to help your body fight against that. Cinnamon bark may help control cholesterol and blood sugar. Orange oil may be among the strongest anti-cancer agents available. So having wild orange in there, again, doTERRA and using essential oils is all about preventative healthcare. It's not trying to react the way most people do when they get sick and, oh man, I'm sick, I need to go to the doctor, I need this, this, and this. It's more about being consistent and using things daily to help keep your body, at its healthiest. Rosemary oil may help improve memory and serves as an anti-inflammatory. So I was using rosemary at convention. I heard someone say that if you put it over your temples across your forehead, it will help with memory and then recall. So remembering facts and having them on hand. So it also is great, like it said, for anti-inflammatory. A lot of people get really sick because their body is in a constant state of like systematic inflammation. Our diets are so messed up and processed food that our immune system is really busy fighting off the food we eat. It's busy fighting off everything that's leaking through our gut and into our system, that it causes inflammation in the body. So if you start to clean up your diet and start using oils like rosemary or frankincense is a good anti-inflammatory, it's going to help decrease that inflammation in your body so that your immune system can actually focus on fighting pathogens, not just the food or chemicals we, ingest or put on our body daily. So it can help support a healthy immune system. So again, it's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and it just helps overall with immunity. It helps boost it. And again, just taking it daily as a preventative measure, like I did and still do, is great. It's a great air freshener. So air fresheners, if you spray Febreze around your house, they are full of toxins. I read recently that if you, the average American household is 5 times more toxic after you clean it than before you clean it. So things like air fresheners or any chemicals are going to be really toxic, and you're breathing all of that in. And again, your body is processing everything in under 7 minutes. So if you're using On Guard, or we also have a blend called Purify, I love to diffuse these, if the seasonal threats are high, because both of those oils will kill pathogens in the air, but also just to get rid of smells. On Guard does have a nice cinnamon flavor. So the cinnamon and wild orange and clove together, it smells like the holidays. So it's great to just diffuse, put you in a happy mood. I can't help but smile when I smell things like that. It cleans surfaces. So citrus oil cuts through grease, orange oil, but also all citrus oils. And then rosemary has a moisturizing component. So I will go over On Guard. They actually have a whole cleaning line with On Guard because it is so great at sanitizing surfaces and cutting through grease and cleaning off, anything. So I will go over that in a minute. It's a chemical-free alternative to antibacterial hand sanitizer. On Guard and lemon were my 2 favorite to have on hand for hand sanitizers. When I was a nanny in New York in the winter, I was washing my hands so often between cooking and then, helping the kids in the bathroom or boogery noses. I was always washing my hands or using Purell. And not even that far into the winter, by like December, the tips of my fingers would start cracking and they'd become really painful. So using On Guard or lemon or even wild orange as a hand sanitizer is a great option because it's going to kill all the bad bacteria, keep the good bacteria, which Purell just kills everything. And it's not harsh on the skin. It doesn't dry out your skin. So our cell phones are germy. I actually do this often. I like to take a tissue or a wet paper towel and put a couple drops of On Guard and just rub it all over my phone every couple days. Because if someone sneezes and somehow sneezes on your phone and then you put that against your face, it's just kind of gross to think about. So it's great to have it on hand. So it repels aphids. You can spray On Guard on household plants to keep bugs away. Bed bugs are gross, so you can spray those on, spray your mattress or pillows, whatever you want to keep away from bed bugs. It can help sore muscles. Again, it has cinnamon in it, so it is a hot oil, but hot oils are great for kind of stimulating the muscles and then helping them relax. So if you do have sore muscles, it's an option. Seasonal allergies can be a pain. Eucalyptus is anti-inflammatory, so it does help relieve the respiratory problems like I mentioned before. Acne-prone skin needs all the help it can get. So I mentioned melaleuca or oregano, but if you just dip a little bit of diluted On Guard on a Q-tip and put that onto a problem spot, it does help without irritating skin. It may help repair and prevent gum disease. It's also great. On Guard is actually what you use if you have a toothache. So anytime you have like a sore tooth or a cavity, just to help relieve the pain, you can just put like a little drop on your finger and put it right on the tooth and it's instant relief. That was one I kind of didn't believe it until I tried it, and I just couldn't believe how quick the relief was. It can add a boost of flavor to your tea. So if you like that spicy flavor, you can add it to water to make your own tea. I also like to take apples. I mean, who doesn't love apples and cinnamon? It makes me think of apple pie. You can just put like 2 drops of On Guard in a bowl of water, slice up apples, and then keep them in your fridge. Like, so let them soak for about 30 minutes and then keep them in your fridge. And it's actually a snack that's going to help boost your immunity. It's a great cough remedy. Again, anti-inflammatory, and the orange with the antimicrobial are going to help with cough. So just mix it with organic honey and it's going to help soothe the cough next time you get a cold. Like I mentioned before, it cuts stubborn grease because of the orange oil. So any citrus oils are going to be amazing for cutting through grease. It can help eliminate the airborne bacteria. Like I said, diffusing it is a great option. It's going to help kill all the bad pathogens in the air. It helps provide relief with insect bites. Again, I had like a spider or something crawl into my bra in Thailand when we were at a cooking school. I came home and had 8 bites down the side of me. And all I did was apply On Guard and Purify, a drop of each on my finger, and just rub it over the bites 2 times a day. And it was gone in 4 days. And this was like major, like itchy. Like the first day I itched it so much, I broke capillaries. It was pretty bad. And it amazed me how quickly it went away. We all need a mood boost. So the combination of the spicy and orange citrus oils are great for boosting mood. So, diffusing this not only will kill pathogens and help keep you healthy, but it will help boost your mood. It freshens a load of laundry. I love adding a drop of On Guard. Well, there's On Guard laundry detergent I use now, but before, when I was still using traditional laundry detergent, I would add a few drops of On Guard because it will help keep it fresh, and then it also helps kill any bad bacteria that might be growing in your wash machine. And then it can remove sticky labels from food or new products you buy. So like if you buy a vase and you have a sticky, stubborn sticker on the bottom, you can just use a little bit of On Guard. You can even dilute it. And I like to soak it in hot water with a couple drops of the oil to get sticky stuff off. But it's great for fruits and vegetables. So, like I mentioned, doTERRA now has a complete On Guard line because it is such a popular oil and oil blend. So it's found in the soft gels, which this time of year, I've actually started taking these soft gels. I think they add thyme in as well for an extra boost. That's why it's On Guard Plus. It just makes it easier than having to fill up the veggie cap, every morning. So they have the On Guard soft gels. They have little beadlets, are just great little you just pop them in your mouth. Like 1 or 2 of them is great. It's 1 drop of oil in each one. There's a cleaner concentrate, hand wash, laundry detergent, toothpaste, and throat drops. So the cleaner concentrate, this is a multi-purpose cleaner. So you can mix 2 tablespoons of concentrate with 24 ounces of water, use it in the bathroom, use it for dishes, use it on just tough jobs. Like I said, stickers or things that are really need, like in an oven, you could just apply it directly and let it soak. But this is super concentrated. So one of these should be able to make, it's going to last you forever. I have 2 bottles that I've barely made a dent in since moving here. Because you really like to clean our floors. I put maybe a tablespoon in. And it's great. It just kills all the bacteria. And again, you're not rubbing toxins all over the floor that you then walk on where the biggest pores in your body are, sucking up all the toxins. You're getting the immune boosting benefits of On Guard just by walking on your floors. On Guard foaming hand wash. This is something I just recently added when I was in the States last month, and I am in love. I have it in my order this month. It's a gentle, healthy alternative to harsh soaps. Again, it's not going to cause any dryness, unless you're holding your hands under the water for hours. But and it lasts forever. It's so concentrated. It's a foaming pump. So I have it I have it at our kitchen sink and our 2 bathrooms. And I've maybe gone through half of it in about 6 weeks. So it's pretty awesome. So yeah, the On Guard proprietary essential oil blend is a natural, effective alternative to keep your home and family healthy. You can try it today. So, this is kind of just an open question to anyone if you've used it or if you've used it for something that I forgot to mention. But here, I'll come back. So, a couple other ways that I use On Guard, just so you know, is I do use the toothpaste, which is great because it actually helps kill bad bacteria on your toothbrush as you use it. We actually use the On Guard toothpaste with little piece of gauze. We'll put like a little dab of it and use it on our dog to help rub away the plaque on her teeth. I love buying the On Guard toothpaste sample packs. You can get, I think, 10 little sample, sachet, like little packets. I think it's like $5, maybe I think it's like $5 online. And I travel with those. So when I travel, I don't have to worry about packing a big thing of toothpaste. I just like to use the samples. But On Guard really can be used for so much. Like I said, laundry detergent, the cleaning concentrate. It's a great line, and it's great for immunity. Thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't been sick. I haven't had to go to the doctor for sick visits since I started using On Guard. I've had a few colds here and there, but a cold that usually would have sent me to urgent care or the doctor or the hospital. Haven't had anything like that. And I'm someone that had pneumonia 5 times growing up. So I'm very prone to that stuff, and it's amazing. So I have a question. So where in the wash machine do you add the On Guard? So if you're using the On Guard laundry detergent, you just add it like you would the detergent. But if I'm just putting it into my load, I usually just put it right on top of the clothes. I'll do 2 to 3 drops. And then once the heat and the water kind of circulates through. So I am going to stop recording this just so I can have it all set for anyone who couldn't join. So if you guys do want to, unmute and start your video, I'm happy to answer any questions. So